How's it going, everybody? My name is Ten, and welcome back to the Red Strings Club. When last we left off, we answered a short little quiz, got 9 out of 10 questions correct, got a little blue pill that'll help us reset conversations with clients at the bar, and we've got another visitor to the club this evening. So, before we get too far in, please remember to like and subscribe. I'm trying to see 100 subs before the end of the year, and we are so close. There's less than 30 left. Less than 30. Like, come on, guys. Anyway. So soon? I didn't expect anyone else tonight. Do you want me to check their background? Yes, please. Naima Cosse, 34 years old. She's a corporate lawyer at Supercontinent Limited. Footage from nearby locations shows that she's been shadowing Diana. Uh-oh. This may be troublesome. Do you want me to drive her away? Can you do that? I could send a fake emergency meeting request to her phone, for example. Your skill set begins to seem uncanny. Do you want me to drive her away? No. Let her in. If fate brought her here to the Red Strings Club, there has to be a reason. And we're happily going to exploit that. Welcome to the Red Strings Club. Absinthe on the rocks, please. Welcome to the Red Strings... Welcome to the Red Strings Club, miss. I'm afraid I can't just serve that to you. This is not your usual bar. Here, you tell me how you feel, and I fix you a matching drink. I see. Then I feel like asking you a series of questions regarding why you're prying into my client's business. How dry. You must be a lawyer, no? That's correct. I'm here representing Supercontinent's interests. What was Diana Maez's business here? Hold your horses now. Apart from serving drinks, I'm also an information broker, so questions have a price tag in this club. Okay, how much? Here's my deal. You ask me as many questions as you want, then I get to ask that many questions myself. Fair enough. Although I should inform you that, unlike you, I won't be able to disclose any of my clients' sensitive information. Fair enough. Although, I must let you know that unlike you, I know my way around empathy and subtlety. You risk leaking more information than you might think. Sorry, I'm trying to turn down my headphones a little bit. There we go. Now I can... I'll take my chances, mister. The name's Donovan, owner of the Red Strings Club. Nice to meet you. I am Naima Cosse, corporate lawyer at Supercontinent Limited. Shall we commence business? Fire away. What was Diana Maez's business here? Okay, so we have an option here. We can lie. We can lie. Or we could be honest about it. We don't do implants. She is an old friend, so that wouldn't technically be lying. Oh, she's just an old friend. She pays me a visit every now and again. We had a drink and caught up, that's it. Please at least have the decency not to lie to me. I won't lie to you either. If I can't disclose something, I will clearly specify so. Except that was the truth, Miss Cosse. Friendship might just sound alien in your world, but we still keep loving each other here at street level. Yes! Yes! We kept her safe! Yes, yes, yes! Next question is about the Proxima organization. They've been making trouble for my client lately. I'd like to know exactly what Proxima's got on Supercontinent Limited. Okay, so we don't want to lie to her. I don't necessarily feel comfortable lying to her. I'm gonna lower my microphone so you guys can see my beautiful face. We could tell her about Ari's finding, and we could also tell her that Proxima snatched an Akara unit, which neither would be a lie, but it's about like which one would possibly... Because if we tell her about the Akara unit, she'll probably know about the Akara unit and see that our little butler friend here is... Our assistant here is, in fact, an Akara unit, so we'll tell her about Ari's finding. Well, I guess you're aware that a Proxima agent died in one of your clinics recently. Can't comment, but please continue. It so happens that agent managed to access some juicy intel from one of your executives. More precisely about social psyche welfare and the mirror neuron algorithm. Ringing any bells? That's enough. Next question. Your ellipses are quite revealing, you know that? Next question. Where is Johanna Septis? Come again? Where is Johanna Septis? You're saying that as if I should know her. What a poor information dealer you are if you don't even know Supercontinent's Chief Operations Officer. What's the matter? Is she missing? Forget about it. Okay. Johanna Septis is missing. That was one of the people in the Akara, the clinic thing. I remember that on one of the information dealies. Yep. That was all I had to ask. My turn then? Go ahead. You have 3 questions. I can't have you sitting there without a drink, though. This is a club, after all. Okay, but I won't be telling you how I feel or any of that nonsense. Don't worry. You let me know enough about yourself for me to work my magic. Trust me, you'll like this. So she's under a lot of stress, and she has got a lot of ambition. She's also got some remorse here that we could pry on. So, how should we go about this? Because if we stress in a... Okay, don't think ill of me, but in a stressful situation, people might be willing to divulge just about anything to prevent things from still continuing to be stressful. So I feel like that would be a good one, but then she's also got a lot of ambition. We could pry upon her pride and her zealous nature if she has excuse me, if she has a lot of ambition. But then it's also the remorse, which is an oxymoron in and of itself, because this is a lawyer we're talking about. This is somebody from a corporate legal office. So yeah, let's feed on her stress a bit, yeah? And we still have this blue pill if we need to reset the conversation at all. Okay, so we need absinthe. She does seem to favor. Perfect. And we need to go up, so bourbon. Little more absinthe. Very good. Now a rock. Let's feed on her stress a little bit. Look, I shouldn't be wasting my time here. Make your questions quick. I have a lot on my plate. A drink won't hurt. Relax. She looks stressed. Let's exploit that. 3 questions left. Choose the topic wisely. Who's the highest authority on SPW? Why do you ask that? You planning something? Come on, I'm just an information dealer. I like to know where the pieces are on the board. What do you mean by authority, then? Basically, who's calling the shots on SPW? They don't fully disclose that kind of hierarchy to me, but I'd say Johanna Septis is the top name here. Nice. I don't know if this is asking too much, but how would I go about contacting her? Oh, I'd be more than happy to answer that, especially today. But I don't know if you caught on to the detail that Johanna's disappearance is part of the reason I'm here. Oh, right. 2 questions left. Choose the topic wisely. Social psyche welfare's legality? Corporations have a way of influencing the law to basically make their agendas fully legal, or at least less detectable. So I'm not necessarily worried about the legality of it, because we could argue the legality of anything. What matters is the corporation behind said legal or illegal activity actually going to suffer from breaking that law? And the answer, almost 9 out of 10, is no. So what's the deal with Johanna Septis? I shouldn't have asked you about it, but I'm kind of in a pinch here. Look, I might be able to help you if you can tell me a bit more about it. Well, given I asked you where she is, clearly the problem is that she's missing. Maybe I could help you. Okay. That's interesting. When did she disappear, and where are her last known whereabouts are the, logical questions to ask when looking for a missing person. Nobody thinks to ask, why is that person missing? So I think I'm going to ask that. Going into details means sharing sensitive information. Can't you work your way around it? I don't need to know about her project or whatever, just did she run away or something? Maybe she's been kidnapped? You know, any theories? Well, we have a couple hounds tracking her in addition to me. We have reason to believe she hasn't been kidnapped. Why would she run away from her own company then? Last thing we know is some of her coworkers heard her crying in the bathroom. That's very unlike her, so the theory is that there might be a problem with her implants, or that someone drugged her. We need to track her down before she does something stupid. I've already said enough. Knowing that, have you heard anything that might be able to help us? I'm perplexed. Nothing has reached my ears yet, though. I'll stay on the lookout for any clues, and I'll call you if I find out anything useful. At a price, of course. Money's not a problem. If you find anything, just call me and you'll be appropriately rewarded. It seems that Ari's rogue implants have fulfilled their purpose. She's going through an ethical crisis. Very good. Akara gave Johanna the hippie, which magnifies compassion. Maybe she was having second thoughts and broke down? Okay, last question. I feel like we can afford a bluff here. Will everything be ready for the unveiling of SPW next week? Fuck me, it can't be next week. That's what my people on the inside told me. Those clowns from marketing are going to hear from me. We're always cleaning up after them in the legal department. Who's in charge of the marketing? Shouldn't you know already? Well, I don't. If you tell me their name, I might be able to get you some leverage over them. See, in this case, I wouldn't mind a dirty ace up my sleeve. The marketing chief is Larissa Robilliard. Larissa Rob. Oh, Larissa. No wonder they're so hard to control. You know her? She's one of the wildest night beasts that Neon has ever witnessed. If you run a club in this city, you're fated to meet her. I shouldn't be surprised. So, any dirt on her? That's a tough one. I mean, she's involved in so many scandals, but she's more proud than ashamed. I'll do some asking and see what I can get for you. How much will this cost me? This one's free, or better put, you already paid. Okay. Well, I'm afraid you've run out of questions. I've got too much to do tonight, so goodbye. Sure. Go and spread law through town. You seem to be enjoying yourself. So, just in case, I'll inform you of the current situation. Supercontinent is going through turbulent times right now. That's good. That spells change for a company. I've seen it many times. But in the process, there's usually a trail of casualties. The way you're playing right now, you've got a ticket to become one of them. Be warned, Mr. Bartender. Didn't know corporate lawyers were in the business of extending such stylish death threats. Huh. There are many fates worse than death when up against corporate law. Have a good night. Thank you for coming. See you next time. It's juicy. Was my performance to your satisfaction this time? Excellent, thank you very much. So, quiz time now? If you please. Of course. I find it quite amusing, in fact. 7 out of 10 or more earns me a prize, right? Go ahead. Is Naima Cosse a psychopath? What, you aren't going to ask me if she was attracted to me this time? That's irrelevant for Naima's case. Answer the question, please. Is Naima Cosse a psychopath? I feel like you have to be if you're going to work corporate legal. But I would say no. She's just very dedicated to her job. What is her top priority right now? To find Johanna Seftis. Is SPW in jeopardy? No. Does Naima know about the MNA, the mirror neuron algorithm? Again, was not discussed. She probably knows about it. But for the intent of this thing, because I haven't even begun to discuss it with anybody in this game, I'm probably just going to say no. Does Naima perceive you as a threat? Now, that's complicated because I don't necessarily think she sees me as a threat, but rather... Yeah. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. I mean, if she felt compelled enough to warn us about, you know, the possible repercussions of tackling, going up against a corporation, you know, Truth be told, I don't think she does. Is Naima capable of betraying Supercontinent? Ooh, now that's an interesting one. That's a spicy question. Is she capable of betraying? I think I think anyone in any situation is capable of betrayal. I think if pushed in a certain direction, or if expectations begin to run high or even impossible to meet, standards and whatnot, I feel like in that moment, I think betrayal for the purpose of self-preservation, I think anybody in that situation would be capable of betraying anything. So yes. Is she capable of covering murder for her employer? Oh yeah. Is she capable of committing murder? No. Regarding social psyche welfare, does Naima believe SPW is a good thing? Again, I think if I didn't bluff on that last question and then I would have asked about the legality of it, I think we could have found out some stuff. So this quiz is telling me that I may have handled that conversation a bit unorthodox, but that's fine. That's just the journey we've decided to take. Does she believe it's a good thing? No, probably not. If she is a lawyer, she is a part of the legal team and probably gets this corporation out of a lot of precarious situations, if you will. I guarantee it. She believes that this is probably not a good thing, but if she is going to keep her job as the legal consultant for Supercontinent, which probably pays buku money, she probably doesn't think it's a good thing, but she's willing to keep her mouth shut on it. Do you think technology manufacturers have the right to alter their products after sale? What do you mean? If Supercontinent designed, created, and distributed the human upgrades, do they have the right to modify them? As in, by adding SPW to them? Among other things, do they have the right to modify them? I'm going to say yes, but they should be clear about it. They should at least let people... It's kind of like whenever you get like a term of service update for like social media, or like an update for your phone or for your computer or anything like that. They should at least provide the patch notes, I guess. It's also the same thing as like whenever you download a patch for a video game. Like they release a patch, a balancing patch or whatever. I'm thinking fighting games, but whatever you think a patch might mean. They fix a buggy level or whatever. They at least tell you in the patch notes, hey, and typically those patch notes are on the internet before and sent to your email, or even told to you whenever you go to boot up the device or the game or whatever it might be. They at least make it a point to tell you about it before you actually hit confirm on it on the installation. But it's typically presented to you in a way of, hey, if you don't update this, then you won't get to enjoy the online services that we have for this application, for this game, for this console, this computer, this phone, whatever. Like, you will be missing out on some features and all that stuff. Used to happen with Smash Bros. All the time, but but yeah, do they have the right to modify them? Yes, it is still, like, the iPhone is still Apple's intellectual property. I may have the physical, but like, as far as the intellectual property to iPhone or iPad, they still own that, and therefore that's just kind of how that goes. But yeah, they should be clear about it. Supercontinent is concealing the fact that something they sold is going to fundamentally change you. Isn't that the normal procedure for all technology? Dozens of firmware updates are pushed on a daily basis. Its users accepting its terms and conditions blindfolded. So are you saying this is the public's fault? I'm not very versed in the human concept of fault. It is my understanding, though, that accepting something without thought is a sign of trust. In this case, I'd rather call it ignorance than trust. People have been indoctrinated over the years to accept whatever updates corps throw at them. So the problem is not Supercontinent modifying its creation, but the lack of education among its users? In a free society, isn't education an individual responsibility? Okay. On some things. Okay? On some things. Yes, you should do your own research. Yes, you should look things up. Yes, it is your responsibility as an individual to educate yourself and to elevate yourself through that via that education. And that's in a free society. But I do think certain bits of information that are needed can only be accessed by certain people, and then those certain people will be required to teach others. It kind of like, in a very offhanded kind of way, the best metaphor I can think of is like training for a higher position at a job. You are not like you are not already privy to the requirements of that job, that position, when you sign on to work at that place to begin with. Like, you go on to be a cashier not knowing what the requirements for a line cook is, or, you know, what have you. So from there on, it's like, if you want to be a line cook, you have to work towards it, meet those requirements, and the only way to do that is to learn the requirements and the job from a line cook. So that's a really like minute example of how education is someone else's responsibility, but it's still the individual responsibility to seek out that education, because the line cook's not going to know that you want to be a line cook if you're just never saying anything and you're just being a cashier. You know what I mean? So, but as far as like, you know, investigating like terms of services updates and stuff like that, like, yes, it is an individual's responsibility, but it's also the responsibility of the company to put that information in a place where the public can get to it. Not in my opinion. The powerful educate. Parents teach, schools teach, the media teaches, the government teaches. The issue might be then that you don't agree with what they're teaching. That's beyond doubt, yes. Cool. Was that a question or just food for thought anyway? Indeed, that was the 10th question. Thank you for elaborating. And well, how did I do? You've answered 7 out of 10. 7 out of... Yes, we passed. What did I win? Short-term memory resetter. We got another blue pill. So now we have 2. So... Oh, I thought it was going to be a different prize this time. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. The variety in the rewards can improve the game's design. I'll try to think of something different for the next time we play. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Although I gotta confess, the anticipation has me excited for the next game already. Glad to hear you're having fun. Listen, I think I'm gonna close for today. My gut tells me we won't be getting any more clients until tomorrow. Yes, it doesn't look like it. Can you tell too? Do you have instincts? What you humans call instincts are just deductions your brain has drawn for you. You simply can't follow the logical sequence due to the vast amount of data your brain processes. Unlike you, I'm able to keep up with my brain. So basically, yes, your gut is right. We won't be having any more clients tonight. Good to hear, because my leg is killing me. Let's call it a night. And let's call it an episode. Thank you so much for... Oh, geez. Oh, gosh. Okay. This is a good place to stop it. No more. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. And if you're new around here, please subscribe. I'd like to see 100 subs before the end of the year. And we are so close. Like I said, under 30. So please hit that subscribe button if you're new. And as always, until next time, remember the world does not need any help beating you down. So please be kind to yourselves and to each other. My name is Ten. And I'll catch you next time.